your debut CD was called Somewhere in Between. And it happens to be one of my favorite albums that you created. Just the title of the album alone was my story back then, and it seemed like we're talking, you were trying to find your creative voice, where you were on this soundscape of things, where you were. Have you found that? Do you feel like you have embodied that between, I guess I'd say from Somewhere in Between to the next album, Confessional? Did you find your voice?
I most certainly have.
Uh-huh.
And I think that is a veritable answer as well, because I think...
what did you learn about yourself?
Well, and Somewhere in Between, I had been back and forth with a record label.
Uh-huh.
And, at the very end, I had all of these songs that were written and kind of recorded, and, things fell apart, and I was like, man, I'm going back to work.
Yeah.
Screw this.
Yeah. I love that.
I met Eric Roberson.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of the conversation in a non-musical setting, and the conversation kind of came up where it's like, hey man, what do you do? Music. I love to hear your stuff. And then over the course of a couple of weeks, he invited me out to his house to listen. Mm-hmm. And that was a turning point for me, where he was like, listen, man, you don't need a record label. Look what I have. Mm-hmm. Look what I've done. Mm-hmm. You can do it. And, I'll help you. Like, I'll you come to me for advice. I'll tell you what you got to do. I'll give you my opinion and put it out.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
Somewhere in between for me was ignorance, but in a good way. I was happy not knowing all of what it was.
No, I get that. I get that. I really do.
and oh man, what a ride. It was awesome. I traveled the entire world. I had, people from, and this is when MySpace was big, and I had people from Japan and people from Australia and all across the EU sending me messages saying, oh, I really like your song.
Yes.
Okay, God, I guess I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Right. Independently so, yes.
Exactly. So Somewhere in Between was me figuring out, kind of establishing that, okay, this is what I'm meant to do. This is what I'm supposed to do now. Mm-hmm. And let me just have at it and let the chips fall where they fall.
Mm-hmm. So by the time you ended up creating your second album, Confessional, you were a little wiser. You had a little more faith in yourself for having accomplished it the first time. What kind of challenges were you facing the second time around?
Now, on Confessional, I had a high-power attorney, and I had a management situation, and I had all of these people around me that were saying, this is the plan, we're going to make it happen, you have everything it takes, blah, 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 blah. And I listened to, there was a third party that was affiliated with the label, and that third party is the A&R. It was like, listen, this is what you have to make your record sound like. This is what you need in order for us to be able to get you where you need to get to. And I was so desperate. I hate to say it, but this is the truth. I was so desperate to have help. Like, in my head, I knew that this is what I was supposed to be doing. And I knew that I had a certain modicum of talent that needed to be developed and guided, and I was so happy to have someone co-sign that was willing to help me make the journey. Yes. And as a result, I made a record that was partially, I would say 70% of me, but 30% of outside input.
Wow.
That I wasn't necessarily happy with, but I listened because I wanted this idea of I'm finally going to have the kind of help that I need. And it didn't work out.
Okay.
So then I had a record with 11 songs that I had to kind of bend to make fit, where I was at that moment.
Right.
Now, the way that I explain it, it sounds like I'm not happy with Confessional, and that is absolutely not the truth. I actually really love that record because there were transitional songs for me. Mm-hmm. I still wrote all the songs. I still, you know, I worked with a team that I really love creatively.
You loved it 70%. I hear it.
Exactly. And if I take it as a total piece of work, 70% of it I love.
Okay. That's fair. That's a fair assessment.
But I'm 100% in that joint. Like, I can still listen to those records, and I still do, and say, oh, when I play them live, like, I still get into them. Like, oh, my God, I love this song.
Well, how brave of you to be that transparent about your work. Some people are still hiding behind, you know, just the hype of it all. And you're like, listen, this is, you know, there's more inside of me. I need to go figure that out. Is that really what took so long between, you know, Confessional and this brand new war of hearts? I mean, you left us kind of waiting and salivating here for a minute. Like, where's RT? I mean, where's Russell? You know?
When I tell you, you called it, you hit the nail right on the head.
Yeah.
That's precisely what was it. I was disheartened. I was creatively, I was lost. Yeah. And I just, that's when I turned. Now, I have a dirty mouth, so I'm not the most religious person.
Look, this is the most authentic show you ever run into. Be yourself.
Okay, I appreciate that. But I say that to say that I'm not the most religious person, but I am first and foremost very spiritual and in touch with my Creator.
Right.
And so I had to submit myself to God and say, you know, please lead me, whatever I'm supposed to do. Like, help me get it back.
Yes.
And so for 2 years, I traveled and I met so many different people and had real conversations with creative people throughout different mediums. And so here comes the third stage of, you know, creativity. Like, I directed the play for Broadway. There's so many things that kind of...
Yeah. You ended up being a video host on BET Centric. When I saw that, I was like, wow. Okay.
Yeah, that was an odd run too. I really enjoyed that.
It's a blessing.
Talk to Dick DeBarge.
Yeah, exactly.
And ask this man, like, you know, his first. I was one of his first interviews when he came back.
Right, I remember. And he was very authentic. It was an excellent interview, and he could trust you because he knows you know the journey of music.
Exactly, and so accessing all these things that access my creative source. Different ways. It got me churning again.
And you came back to us musically, basically. Listen, Russell, or RT, I got to get used to saying RT. We have to take a break, but when we come back, Satin Lounge, we're going to go more in depth about this journey and where he has been, share more about his beautiful tapestry of creativity and passion, and introduce his brand new project, War of Hearts. Those indigo blues, man. You stick around with us. I want to go back to one of my favorite songs, RT. This is Somewhere in Between in the Satin Lounge with KiaRene.